So I want to talk to you about how to be super clear in sales. Now, remember this, if you're not clear, you create a lot of uncertainty in a possible buyer. So remember, there's kindness in being clear. Today, I've actually been talking about this here in my training centre. So when it comes to you being uber clear, or your sales team, there's three things I think you need to do. The first thing that you've got to be really clear on is the answer to this question. Why should you be brilliant at sales? And it's a simple answer. Firstly, remember, when you're great at sales in your business and you're easy to buy from, then two things happen. Number one, you grow your business quickly. That's the fastest way to grow your business, to have a really elegant sales process that you can repeat. That's number one. Secondly, if you're looking to make a difference on the planet, and what I mean by that is to actually have a business that is like really engaged with the local community, it's creating wealth, you're employing people. There's a lot of great things that come from having a really good business. So like that's why you got to get that super clarity. That's the first thing. Second thing is you got to be really clear on your sales process. What do I mean by that? When somebody moves towards you, and in this day and age, by the way, people are Google searching you first, they're opting into things. So eventually, if the computer hasn't done the work, there has to be a conversation. And when you show up in that conversation, it's really important that you've got a framework, a process of what you're meant to do next. When you have a conversation, what happens after that? Or maybe there isn't a conversation to be had and you've got to unsubscribe the client. So it just depends, but have a process. Now, look, if you're not great at this, do this very simple thing. Start with, maybe think about your last client that you did some business with, and start with the end where you sign the contract, and then just work backwards. What did they do before signing the contract? And then what did they do before that? And then what did they do before that? And eventually what you're going to do, you're going to create a roadmap, a client experience, a customer journey, if you like. So from qualification, when they moved towards you, what were the little things that had to happen, the touch points? What had to happen to get to a point where there were no questions left? The sales process was over and you just had to elegantly exchange contracts. So number two, get clear on that. And then I think the third thing that's really important, I just see this as quite an area, I tend to find that this is an area that creates problems for salespeople and businesses, and that's a lack of clarity around the offer. So how does it work? What do people get? What's involved? And here's the problem. If you're not clear, you tend to wing it a little bit, and you tend to have to try and over-explain everything and try and justify it all. The truth is, you should be showing people, like, here's how it works, a bit like a menu. Here's how it works. These are your options. What questions have you got? And I think if you can get yourself to a place where you've got massive clarity around the offer and your service, like, it really helps sales. And lastly, if you're somebody that's got multiple services, pick the one that you do the most busy with and get really clear on that. Get something in writing so it can stimulate, like a tool to stimulate questions, just like a menu in a restaurant. And I think what you'll find is you'll get rid of a lot of the problems by being able to show them and not have to talk them through everything. So get clear on your offer, make sure there's some good options, and you'll find that with this additional clarity, you'll make loads more sales.